Legends, welcome to, I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing series, so just going to just be the world crypto news, in case you didn't know, video. Let's engage. Now, so I'm sitting in the L7 News Mission Control. Now, as always, Legends, my mission is to keep you in the know. Now, there's levels of information or levels to the amount of knowledge that one will absorb or even wants to absorb. Level one, good example, like who actually runs the Federal Reserve. I leave it there. Yeah. Level two, the US dollar history and being on the gold standard. Then level three is now with the crypto and the CBDCs and such and so forth. As we know, when we turn the news on or turn the radio on, there's a lot going on in the world today. And as a legend, I want you to be as prepared as possible. Like I say, I'll give you the information. What you do with it from that point on is 100% up to you. The legends, we do not stick our heads in the sand. We do some research, come to our own conclusions, and then we move on from there. We prepare for all scenarios, and then we continue to go on with our lives. I mean, you can't be living in fear, and you don't want the kids all involved and all that. As a grown-up, as a parent, you do what you need to do to protect them from that. And like I said, things are just moving so fast. There's so many moving parts. I'm going to touch on certain subjects. It's on you to do the research and to make the conclusions. Let's engage. Now, the BRICS. There's a lot going on with the BRICS. Okay, I'm just going to touch on it. It's for you to get the rest of the information. I'm giving about maybe 1 to 7%, and the rest of the 93% is on you. The BRICS are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South America. Now, the plus part is because there's other nations that have been asked to join and that have already said that they are going to join. Argentina, the UAE, Algeria, Egypt, Bahrain, Indonesia, Iran, Saudi Arabia. They're coming together. They're going to create their own currency, stop using the dollar or the petrodollar. They're going to use another currency, and their goal is to be backed by gold. Now, how this is going to affect the dollar, it's only time will tell. I just don't want you to be out here and be blindsided. Like I say, you always want to be prepared for whatever wicked this way comes. Just that simple. Okay, let's continue on. So that first thing is the BRICS. And that's my guy. I really enjoy listening to Patrick Bet-David. His perspective is different. It's just so many different perspectives out there. Like I say, go to different sources. Whatever source you use that one, and then find another one. Find one that's totally opposite that you would not normally listen to. You need both sides of the coin and even the edge of the coin to have all the different views. And he's saying here that we're going to be poor overnight reaction to the China-Brazil agreement to ditch the dollar. Because like the dollar's been the reserve currency for I don't know how many years now, and it's about to come to an end. But how it's going to affect us, like I say, only time is going to tell. It's going to depend on who's in charge of the country and so on and so on and so on. Now, if you live in the United States and you have no idea what the Fed now is, you really got a rude awakening. Just yesterday, Fed now went into activation. I'm just going to read a smidgen of this. The FedNow service will be available to depository institutions in the United States and will enable individuals and businesses to send instant payments through their depository institutions' accounts. We already do that through crypto, through our wallets. The service is intended to be a flexible, neutral platform that supports a broad variety of instant payments. We already have it. At most fundamental level, the service will provide interbank clearing and settlement that enables funds to be transferred from the account of a sender to the account of the receiver in near real time and at any time of the day or of the year. Depository institutions and their service providers will be able to build on this fundamental capability and offer value-added services to their customers. Now, right now, it's voluntary. If you want to sign up now, like I said, this gets started April 3rd. You see that in the next couple of slides, and then it goes full activation in July of 2023. You really, really need to do your own research. This is not even we haven't even got to the other topics here. But please, please, please do your research. As you can see, this is from the federalreserve.gov website. This is not no conspiracy crap. This is real. Like I said, you can stop the video and go watch your Netflix and chill, but you need to, the rest of the legends, they needed to know, and I want to make sure that they know. And here's another one talking about in less than 24 hours, the US dollar is going to change forever. You'll be able to tell your kids about how the US dollar was once the strongest currency in the world, and where you were to watch it all fall into ruin. Like I said, once it came off the gold standard, it was never the same. And people don't understand about inflation and the whole thing. I'm not going to get into it. Like I said, you got to do your own research. I'm only giving no more than 7% of the information. You got to get all the 93 other percent. And here, this is what I'm saying. This was March 15th, 2023. Right here, this first sentence, the second paragraph. The first week of April, which was yesterday, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification of participants for launch of the service. Early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program informed by feedback from the FedNow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. The certification encompasses a comprehensive testing curriculum which defines expectations for operational readiness and network experience in June. The Federal Reserve and certified participants will conduct product validation activities to confirm readiness for the July launch. And then, of course, the Fed's saying we couldn't be more excited about the forthcoming FedNow launch. Whatever. Legends, community, please do your research. You need to be ready. Like I said, if nothing else, do your information, then you do your research, and then you make the decision whether you're going to sign up or not. It's 100% up to you. It's your call. Now, this, the CBDCs, again, if you live in the United States, no, hold on, let me take that back. Anywhere on the planet, and you do not know what a CBDC is, the central bank digital currency, this is going to, anyhow, let me get in here. While the Federal Reserve has made no decision on whether to pursue or implement a central bank digital currency or CBDC, even though the president has signed it, we have been exploring the potential benefits and risks of the CBDCs from a variety of angles. Yeah, so they say, including through technological research and experimentation. Our key focus is on whether and how a CBDC could improve on an already safe and efficient U.S. domestic payment system. We do not have one. It is... The CBDCs is generally defined as the digital liability of a central bank that is widely available to the general public. So today in the United States, the Federal Reserve notes, paper currency, are the only type of central bank money available to the general public. Like existing forms of money, a CBDC would enable the general public to make digital payments. Essentially, the U.S. government will have their own Bitcoin. It'll be the U.S. dollar, but just digital. And where am I at? I lost my spot. Federal Reserve notes, okay, like the existing forms which enable them, okay. As a liability of the Federal Reserve, however, a CBDC would be the safest digital asset available to the general public, with no associated credit or liquidity risk. The Federal Reserve Board has issued a discussion paper that examines the pros and cons of a potential U.S. CBDC as part of this process. We sought public feedback on a large range of topics related to CBDCs. The Federal Reserve is committed to hearing a wide range of voices on these topics. Hey, you need to do your research and speak up. Okay, so I would just do a regular Google search. You can see it, CBDCs, a cause for concern. Why a digital dollar is a really bad idea. Even the credit unions said no. Texas said no. I know Florida governor said no to CBDCs. It's really a matter of control. And you can see it here. Sabrina, one of the lady legends. Japan broke ties and going to buy the Russian oil above with the cap. This one really fits more to the BRICS. And right here, the U.S. Credit Unions Association said CBDCs are not worth the cost. because remember the CBDCs are different when it comes in relations to a regular community bank and a credit union, because it's two different entities. Because the credit unions are owned by the members, the regular banks are owned by the general public, or especially if they're a publicly traded company. And the risk, here's just a few of the risk of the CBDCs. What are the dangers of the digital currency? The pros: more efficient and secure payments, because as we know with crypto, allow consumers to use the central bank directly, and eliminate the risk of a commercial bank collapse. The cons: single banks, they have 100% control. Oh, the legends, no, we don't want the legend going shopping at JCPenney's. No. Oh, the legend went on a vacation already? They went a second vacation? No. Oh, the legend used more than $80 in gas for the month already? No. Less privacy for everything you do. Just like in crypto, we know everything is on the blockchain. Every single transaction you do is on the blockchain. Like it says right here, less privacy for the users. Difficult to attain widespread adoption. The CBDCs, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. The central bank digital currencies are about control. They should be stopped. And this is from Forbes. So now let me back out. I want to show what's going on, what happened with Nigeria, because Nigeria been on theirs almost a year now. Nigerians they rejected their CBDCs. Nigerians' rejections of their CBDCs is a cautionary tale for other countries. Now we know other countries can see it, hear it, feel it, and then go ahead and we're going to do it anyhow. Okay. Now, the CBDCs may be popular among central bankers, of course, but money is ultimately a tool for the people. So long as the risk outweighs the benefits, it's unlikely any CBDC will gain traction in Africa or elsewhere. We're definitely going to see that. The Nigerians, they took to the street. Theirs was crazy. They were told that, no, you can't go to the ATM. You have to use the CBDCs. Okay, let me see if there's a good... It's no secret that CBDCs have been growing in popularity among central bankers and the policymakers and consultancy firms in the recent years. Yet, for citizens, it's been another story. When the U.S. Federal Reserve solicited comments on CBDCs, more than 2/3 of the commenters were concerned about the risk of financial privacy, financial freedom, and the stability of the banking system. That's what I'm saying. What I do with my money when I get it in my pocket is my concern. The government, yeah. Okay, further, CBDCs really don't add anything novel to the market in terms of benefits for consumers. To the extent people want it, many currencies are available in digital forms through debit cards, payment apps, and even prepaid cards. That much should be clear from the abysmal adoption rate in Nigeria, where less than 0.5% of the Nigerians have used the CBDCs. And unfortunately, like I said, the government, they doubled down and try to move to more drastic measures by restricting cash itself. So in December, the Central Bank of Nigeria began restricting cash withdrawals to 100,000 naira, however you pronounce their currency, of $225 a week for individuals, and $1,100 or 500,000 naira for the businesses. And then to make the matters worse, the Nigerian government also chose to redesign the currency during this time in a move aimed at restoring the control of the Central Bank of Nigeria over the currency in circulation. It was a mess, because they were saying, well, if you turn the cash in, we'll give you more. And the biggest thing here, this is probably the best right here. You can't legislate a change in behavior. You cannot say, boom, this is what you're going to do. Not once the people are free. And yet it didn't work. Like I said, stories of Nigerians struggling with the cash restrictions spread across the Twitter posts and TikTok and everything. And then the Nigerians took to the street to protest. It's just, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. Like I said, the articles are out there. You do your own research. But it's just, it's going to be something to see how the CBDCs are going to play out. Because we already know it's all about control. And as a grown person sitting here listening to me speak, and they're going to be like, well, I don't want them watching L7's videos no more. Restrict. Okay, let's continue on. Again, I'm going to end it here. Like I said, I didn't want to make it too long. I know your mind's probably blown. And it's like I said, as always, is for informational and educational purposes only. This is never intended as any type of financial advice. Because I'm not a financial advisor, producing and providing some edutainment. So number one, do your own research. Use different media. If you just watch TV, get something different. Go to the news. Go online. You have to have different points of view. The goods and the bads. You can't have every... Okay. Discuss it. It's supposed to be discussed with your circle. If your spouse, your best friends, your group, your team, your Telegram group, whatever, discuss it with your circle and see what's going on. And then from them alone, hopefully you're going to get different perspectives. It's like your family members. Everybody does not agree on the same thing. Then decide what you will and what you will not do about it. If you're like, L7, I don't care, I'm just going to go with the flow, whatever happens, then that's what you do. I know what I'm doing for my family. I'm going to be prepared. Like I say, I will be prepared for whatever wicked this way comes. That came from the military. I am always going to do my best to be prepared as best as I can. Like that winter storm here in Texas caught me off guard, and it froze. We had that big freeze and we had no power and everything. That was the last. It'll never happen again. I know I'm ready right now. We could go to 50 below zero tonight for the rest of the month of April. I'm ready for it. Enough said. Now, number 4, whatever you decide to do, prepare accordingly. That's all I can say to my legends. We have a lot of options. We have our on-ramp coming Thursday for the animal farm. Then we got the one coming for drip when the UI comes, so we can get in. Then we have our spritz, like I say, and that's our way out. Now, what you decide to do with your funds, whether you leave them in the bank. We saw what happened with the SVB bank and the people doing the bank run, if you want to call it a bank run, because hopefully you already understand that the bank does not hold all the money there. You put $1 in, they can lend out $12. Fractional lending. You got to, legends, you got the community, you got to expand your knowledge. There's so much stuff going on you need to know. So if you saw what happened with the SVB bank, you need to do your research and figure out what you're going to do with it. I'm going to leave it there. All right, legends. That's it. Like I said, I just want to give you something to think about. And like I said, we've discussed it in our Telegram group, and I just wanted to make sure that the masses or the rest of the community is aware of what's going on, and then they can act accordingly. Like I said, if they don't want to act at all, that's on them. But, I know how the legends act. They act legendarily and do legendary things. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all of the legends, engage.